Hello, everybody. It's me again. It's Russell Mills, September 26th, 2019. I want to say hello, everybody. Hope everybody's blessed. I hope everybody had a good day today or having a good day going into the night. Let's get right into it. Buddy Elvis Presley. And the reason why I feel like making a video about this because I didn't know how old he was when he married his Priscilla, his former wife. I didn't know that he was 24 and she was 14 when they got married. I've got some papers over here that says, though they ended up in divorce, Priscilla has continued to call the king of rock and roll the love of my life. Elvis Presley and Priscilla Presley first met when he was 24 and she was 14. Their age difference wasn't a problem for Elvis, who thought he could mold Priscilla into his ideal woman. Going along with how Elvis wanted to shape her was at first acceptable to Priscilla, but as she grew older, she began to seek more control over her own life, which was something their relationship couldn't survive. This is Elvis and Priscilla met when she was in the ninth grade. I didn't know that. This is Elvis was stationed in West Germany during his stint in the U.S. Army. This is in 1959. Priscilla arrived in the country due to the Air Force transferring her father there. While she was out with her younger brother, a service member approached Priscilla and asked if she'd like to accompany him and his wife to meet Elvis. Her father, after checking in with the man's commanding officer, gave his approval for a visit. This is on November night, 1959, Priscilla, wearing a navy and white sailor dress, traveled to Elvis's temporary home in uh, Bad Neuen. She immediately captured the star's attention, even when she was admitted she was a ninth grader. Says he played several songs to impress her, including Are You Lonesome Tonight?" But when she left that night, she assumed that the evening wasn't going to be repeated. So again, what's this go to show you about? Says to keep seeing Elvis. So says for the remainder of his stay in Germany, he was the center of her world. She continued to go to school, but fell behind. Though she didn't take the pill Elvis offered when he noticed her fatigue. I want I want you to take these to help you stay awake during the day. He told her. Hmm. Since Priscilla's age meant they couldn't go out in public, but they still saw each other often. The only thing they didn't do was fully consume their relationship. This is as his time in the army came to the close. Priscilla wanted to do so, but Elvis told her, "Someday we will, Priscilla, but not now. You're just too young." So basically, he knew she was young. He knew that what he was doing was wrong, but he still continued, and and obviously they had a child together. So um, this is how Elvis saved the USS Arizona Memorial. So Elvis and Priscilla reconnected 2 years after he was discharged. It says in March of 1960, Elvis, having finished his enlistment, left Germany. Priscilla sent letters using pink envelopes to make them easy to locate among Elvis's fan mail. Her parents cautioned her that the star would likely forget her and that the relationship was over, but then he called her. This is in 1962. He asked her to visit and worked to convince her parents to let their teenager travel to Los Angeles. It says after Priscilla arrived, Elvis added Las Vegas to the trips. So it says during their time there, Priscilla began taking anesthesia. I don't even know. She's been taking sleeping pills to keep up with Elvis's nocturnal schedule. She also started wearing new, more adult outfits, which Elvis had purchased for her. In addition, the singer had Priscilla's hair and makeup adjusted to suit his preference, telling her, I like a lot of makeup." So again, this guy, again, he's a damn pedophile, and people praise this guy. People praise this guy like he's the king, and I don't understand that. So, since Priscilla also visited Graceland on Christmas that year, next Elvis asked her to finish high school in Memphis, which she was desperate to do. Her parents initially rejected the idea, but Priscilla continued to press the issue as Elvis tried to convince them that their daughter would be safely living with his father and stepmother. He also implied he wanted to marry Priscilla. Says Priscilla called herself Elvis's living doll. Says in the end, agreed to send their daughter. The parents agreed to send their daughter to Memphis, and Priscilla enrolled at the Immaculate Conception High School. Though she stayed with Elvis's father and stepmother at first, she was soon living in Graceland. Before graduating in May of 1963, she took pills that Elvis provided so she could go to classes during the day while being available for him at other times, meaning sex basically. So again, and check this out. It says many celebrities is subject to reversal of fortune with ultimate deaths. Because, by the way, just to let everybody know, Mr. Elvis Presley, this was just to show you guys, so that was, I guess, him and Priscilla's wedding. So again, if you guys think that I'm lying, and obviously you can look it up, it's all over, And basically it says, the world went into mourning on August 16, 1977, when the King of Rock and Roll died at age 42. We look at the events surrounding Elvis's ultimate passing, and how his legacy lives on. It says, just to let everybody know, 1977, that's the year I was born. So, I'm 42. So I was like 6 months, I guess, when he died, which is crazy. But this is the death of Elvis Presley, August 16, 1977. The news headline presented a surreal impression of what was almost an alternate universe. Elvis is dead. Elvis, King of Rock, dies at 42. Elvis Presley dies of a heart attack. It says it almost seemed unbelievable. Early news reports were short, incomplete, and confused, but was unmistakably clear that on the afternoon of August 16th, 1977, that was basically Elvis's last day on Earth. So this is another paper. You guys want to see? I guess that was the funeral that happened. So again, it says so all that was once gone good about the person now becomes bad. Virtue gives way to vice. So basically, it was mid-August of 1977. Elvis Presley was at his Graceland mansion in Memphis, Tennessee, resting between concert appearances. Sometime near 2:30 p.m., his girlfriend, Ginger Alden, found him laying face down on the floor of his spacious bedroom. At 2:33 p.m., a call came in to Memphis Fire Station number 29, indicating that someone at 3754 Elvis Presley Boulevard was having difficulties breathing. Ambulance unit number 6 sped out of the station and headed south. While not a routine trip, local ambulances made numerous visits to Graceland over the years to take care of the fainting fans of uh, pedestrians hit by cars, along with crowded sidewalks in front of the mansion. From time to time, the mansion's owner had also sped away in an ambulance to receive emergency medical treatment. It says within a few minutes, the ambulance neared Graceland. The vehicle made a hard left through the open iron gates and up the curved driveway to a white colonized house. So one of the Presley's bodyguards allowed the two medics to enter the mansion. With equipment in hand, they rushed up the stairs to the bathroom, where they encountered nearly a dozen people huddled over a man in his pajamas, lying on his back. See, the medics quickly moved in. Initially, they recognized the victim, but then noticed the thick grain sideburns and the large medallion around his neck and realized it was Elvis Presley. His skin was dark blue and cold to the touch. Checking for viral signs, the medics detected no pulse and no response to the light from his pupils. They quickly prepared for his transport. It took several men to lift Presley into the stretcher. He was obese, almost bloated. The unbalanced distribution of weight made the navigation difficult around corners and down the stairs. As the medics loaded Presley into the ambulance, a stocky man with white hair leaped into the back just as the door closed. Dr. George, I can't even say his name, Presley's doctor, officially known as Dr. Nick, ordered the driver to take Elvis to Baptist Memorial Hospital, 21 minutes from Graceland. It was not made clear at the time why he didn't say Methodist South Hospital, which was only 5 minutes away, but Dr. Nick knew the staff at Baptist Hospital was discreet. This is at the hospital. Emergency personnel made a valiant effort to relieve Presley, but without success, he was pronounced dead at 3:30 p.m. Hospital officials understood that their actions over the next few hours would be crucially important to preparing an official announcement. A highly skilled team of 9 doctors headed by hospital's chief of pathology, Dr. E. Eric Muirhead, would conduct the autopsy. It says during the procedure, doctors found no signs of a stroke, heart failure, or lung disease. They saw evidence that Presley was chronically ill with diabetes, physical evidence indicated possible long-term use of drugs. Tests would have to confirm that. So after the autopsy, Elvis's body was released to the funeral home. And it says at 8 p.m. that same day, a press conference was held. Medical examiner Dr. Jerry Francisco took control as spokesperson for the autopsy team. Even though he had only witnessed the procedure, he announced that early tests indicated Presley's cause of death was cardiac, so due to the underlying heart attack, i.e. heart failure. Dr. Muirhead and other members of the autopsy team were stunned. Not only had Dr. Francisco presumed to speak for the hospital, but his conclusion did not match their findings, which was that they hadn't made a conclusion as to the cause of death, but believing drug addiction was probable cause. This is Dr. Francisco went on to say that determining an official cause of death would take days or even weeks, but the drugs were absolutely not a factor, and that there was no evidence of drug abuse, which most people at the time believed meant illegal street drugs. Says for a time, most people accepted the findings, but reports that came out weeks later revealed high levels of pharmaceutical painkillers such as this Quaaludes, some other stuff, codeine in Elvis's body. The Tennessee Board of Health began an investigation in Presley's death, initially proceeding against Dr. Nick. But basically, again, Well, I gotta say is that again, I believe Elvis had a lot of demons in him. Again, he was a pedophile because he married Priscilla Presley, and she was only 14. And for the parents that allowed that to happen, okay, you're to blame for that because you allowed your daughter that was under the age, that was not even wise enough to know certain things, but was infatuated with the guy that eventually she married and had a kid with down the road. But at the end of the day, he was still a pedophile. Okay, he still was having sex with underage girls, and it's like, and then they have the nerve to call him the king of rock and roll, but then they make fun of Michael Jackson, call him a pedophile because he was sleeping in the bed with boys. I hope Michael Jackson didn't do nothing with any of those boys, or any of the children that he. And again, just like anybody else, we make choices in this life. And again, Elvis Presley, he made stupid choices. Yes, he was a sex symbol, heartthrob, as they called him, whatever. Um, Ladies liked him. He was a musician, obviously. Um, but again, like I said, it's like he still was doing some wicked shit. So again, I don't understand how they praise someone like an Elvis Presley and they crush someone like a Michael Jackson, or they crush someone like a Bill Cosby, or they, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad they've crushed Harvey Weinstein, even though he's still probably, I think he's still out, but I'm not sure. But I'm sure he's facing a lot of fines, and I think he's in trial, whatever the case is, or going to court. But even if he's not, let's say Harvey Weinstein, you should be, because if you was doing sexual acts, anybody that's doing stuff like this on anybody underage isn't right. You know what I'm saying? So again, I don't know why people praise him, and then you get someone like Bill Cosby that went to prison was a couple years ago. You know, so was that a year ago or something like that? He got convicted to go, to go to prison, and you know what I'm saying, for some crimes allegedly that he did back in the day, drugging women. And you're gonna get someone like that now, and then now you're hearing about allegedly Paul Mooney was having sex allegedly with Richard Pryor Jr. Richard Pryor's son, Richard Pryor Jr. allegedly. So who knows? So again, these people in the world aren't right. This guy Elvis, he wasn't right. Okay, he had demons in him, bro. I don't care, and he also stole black music's culture too. So I don't care what anybody has to say, because he was very influenced by black people in his music. And I get it. Everybody's influenced by black people. Okay. But a lot of us, some of them go way too far and try to steal everything and then take over and then take credit. But, again, he was 42 when he died in 1977, but still, at the end of the day, I feel like he had his share of demons in him. But some of the stuff I didn't know, that's why I was looking at it today. And that's why reading and getting information is important, you know what I mean? So, but no, that's kind of what I wanted to say about that, about Elvis Presley. I don't know why people praise him so much, but feel free to check out my YouTube channel. My name is Russell Mills, RussellMills, May 22nd, 2017. Feel free to check out my video. I'm trying to just spread a message, trying to get some good content on here, and that's it. But everybody take care. God bless. Have a good day. Good night. Bye.